Hi, folks. This is Mountain Man coming to you from parts unknown. Ha ha. Well, wow. Another big day. Another shock to the system. They tried to go after Trump again. Some old, emaciated, uh, ultra vegan, I'm sure, white liberal. Yeah, set up a sniper's nest, and of course, the news coverage started off with minimizing it. Like uh, in what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania, Trump falls down at rally, pops are heard. That kind of garbage. When this is all over, the election's in, we got to clean this stuff up. I mean, take the gloves off with these. They've been given enough hints. And I put a message on Midas Trash Network, and we'll see what happens with that. It wasn't, harsh beyond what's due, but these lawyers that are inciting vitriol, they need to lose their ability to call themselves officers of the court. All these phony indictments and getting people riled up and at each other's throats. No, we're not going to allow that anymore. So how you doing, Diane? Nice to see you. Yeah, I got a picture of him on the thumbnail, Diane. I got stars spinning around his head. It says on his shirt, I put there, pro-Ukraine. Alicia, how you doing? Wayne, Kim, Lone Wolf, nice to see you. Vicky from Texas. All right. Yes, give a thumbs up. Yeah, do me a favor and put the thumbs ups in there. Hi, Melinda. Thank you for reminding me, Wayne. I always forget till broadcast is over. I say, oh, God, give me a thumbs up. Angela, how you doing? Yeah, Ryan, Wesley, Ruth, whatever his name is. Chris, how you doing? And they show him taking his shirt off when I guess when they pulled him over. I saw an interview with the sheriff that was telling how when they pulled him over on if anybody's interested in seeing him in relationship to Mar-a-Lago, where they caught him at. Near 714 and I-95. He was on I-95, but near the exit for 714. And they said that he said basically nothing. He didn't say, what's this all about? Or he had his hands up. He'd made one wrong move. He'd got ventilated. And at least they got him alive. I hate that we got to feed, he's going to want a special diet, Brussels sprouts, and, go ahead, give it to him, mow the yard, throw it all on a plate and hand it to him. Here, you dope. And so Laura Loomer came up with an interview he gave to, I got in my studio, I think it was Newsweek, maybe? Yeah, Newsweek, I think. And he was all pro-Ukraine, and he's claims he was pro-Trump in 2016. So now he can't stand him. He hadn't been able to stand him for years. Hi, Finding Dory. How are you? David's here. Fight. Chris says that's right. Yeah, he's a real prize, Melinda. He's a real prize. Be charming. How you doing? Yeah, Brussels sprouts are good. He can live on Brussels sprouts for the rest of his life. But Brussels sprouts and dandelions. I'm sure that grows out there in the prison yard. Don't spend too much money. He's never getting out. He's never getting out. But he's they're going to do a psychological evaluation. But I'll tell you what, I saw a blown up photo of his sniper's nest. And rudimentary, but it could be fairly called a sniper's nest. And I'll go over real quick at the AK-47. They said Trump was between 300 and 500 yards from the would-be assailant. He is an assassin. That's been verified. He's classified as that with the FBI and the Secret Service. And the reason, one of the signs that they're going on was that they gave out his middle initial. I mean, a middle name, full entire name. And that's required when somebody's an assassin. I didn't know that until I heard that today, that they have to give any parts of a name that are his legal name, entire name. And so anyway, he had some backpacks hanging on the fence. And I saw one guy on one of the Fox stations that was doing live reporting. Hi, Flannel Cheese, how you doing? Dory, they know because of there's big security details that come along with him. People know when Trump's in town. It's a pronounced presence, so, but I'm sure he did get some kind of if they figured he didn't have any rallies scheduled for he did 2 events Friday. I thought he was doing one. I didn't even get a chance to do my broadcasts about Frederick Douglass and Merrick Garland and all that. And I remember saying to a friend of mine, my plumber intel, I told him, I said, now we're going into a quiet weekend. I want to talk about some stuff I've been wanting to talk about. And I said, but it's like my dad says. He always used to say, when things get quiet, that's when it's time to worry, time to get your antennas up. I said, I don't know if we're going to be quiet all weekend or not. Sure enough, my dad was right again. So anyway, he probably saw that there was a blank spot, which is very rare for Trump, Saturday and Sunday on his schedule as far as events. And where's it going to be? Now, they claim this guy was out of North Carolina. Is that what you all heard? Hi, Mike. How you doing? That he came down from North Carolina, and that's what he was trying to do, is beat feet back up I-95, back to, yeah, that's right, Angela. I hope he does. I hope he does. Hi, Gloria. Nice to see you. So anyway, he's trying to beat feet back to, hi, Maryland, back to North Carolina. But anyway, so Fox had this little fella on their live stream, and he said, he was talking, basically they talk about stuff we can already put together on our own, but it's interesting to get somebody else's point of view. But it got down to the ceramic plates. He had ceramic plates in his backpack hanging on the fence. And I'm sure you all have seen the picture. He had a GoPro and backpacks. Well, he had the guy said, well, he had these plates with him. I don't think he said ceramic. He said plates. That confused me. I don't know what he would need that for. I'm like, boy, you're a brain surgeon. I saw the blown up picture. He tied the backpacks on the chain link fence at the top handle, stretched them down the backpack, one on each side. He left about a 4-inch gap between these 2 backpacks with armored plates inside the backpacks. Then he went a step farther. In the Hans photo, I could see he attached the bottoms of the backpacks with string. So he put a little bit of effort into setting up his barricade, his sniper's nest, pillbox, dugout, whatever you want to call it, you know. So he had attached this GoPro to the fence itself. Now, what for? Live stream it. I mean, if he had any brains in his head, he would have known that he'd been very lucky to get out of there in one piece or living. So probably live stream it as an act of defiance or whatever, and intended to be expired. But they're all brave with that kind of talk. But like I said, everybody's got a plan till they get a punch in the face. And when that Secret Service agent started shooting, his little scrawny behind got up and ran out of the bushes into his Toyota Tacoma. And a lady witnessed him and took a picture of his vehicle, black Toyota Tacoma. And they put an APB out of a Bolo, and they snagged him fast. I will tell you this. The coordination between the Secret Service, the Sheriff's Department, State Police, and everything was perfect. I mean, I was going to put something in my in my thumbnail, about that. Zero fail. But no, I mean, there's always areas you can improve. And I was thinking also, the first reports beyond the garbage that was coming out from saying it was shots fired near the golf course, could have been an altercation between two men. Absolutely no basis for that kind of reporting for like 2 hours after it actually happened. And so they're again trying to minimize it. But when it came out that it was somebody who actually poked the barrel through the chain link fence, looking for an opportunity, I said to myself, they have what they call a bubble around the president. And now, this is inside terms, or they don't have a problem laying out how the security works. Is that the president has a bubble around him, a circle above, below, around, of people that are doing advance work, whether not where you come to the location ahead of time, a couple of days before or the day before and look around. No, these are people that are at real time, immediate advance work. And they go, hundreds of yards before the president and scan an area to make sure it's okay. And the story was that this agent, Secret Service agent, spotted this emaciated lunatic liberal and went ahead and made what do they call it? A decisive action, namely to discharge firearm at him. And the guy took off running. Well, I said to myself, wow, all it takes is one lazy Jake to be walking around the golf course and thinking about their own problems and looking at their feet, staring at their belly button or whatever while they're walking and not really understanding the seriousness. And I said, it's so fortunate they had somebody that was engaged with their responsibilities and their duties, and that was really good. Well, then later I heard that the guy actually took pot shots. Is that what you all heard? Hi, KNS Cleanup. How you doing? Nice to see you. M, how you doing? Yeah, that's right. Do it yourself. armor. That's right. They said they couldn't get Dory. You're right. That he couldn't get full access security. They're going to have it around him now. They're going to have it around him now. But anyway, yeah, those ceramic plates, you can buy them. You can make them. Don't have to be ceramic either. It's a weight reduction. So, hi, Tennessee. How you doing? So did you all hear that he actually got off some MS Motorsports? How you doing? That he actually got off some rounds first, and that is when the assailant, the agent, engaged with the decisive action. That's what I heard, and I don't think, Angela, I don't think his was made with Kevlar. But he did have some fairly pricey stuff there. What I'm curious about is whether those backpacks were struck that were there. And he had to have been laying, of course, flat. Now, the AK that he had scope, and a lot of people didn't know what they were talking about. You can't snipe with an AK-47. Yeah, hell, you can't. Okay, it's just as every bit of as effective as whatever that goober had. In as a matter of fact, it's got a longer range. Okay, because it shoots some pretty serious ammo. And one guy was, I don't know if he knew for certain, but he was talking about it had 7.62 slugs, which are, pretty serious business. And if you got a scope, you can shoot. I think the range on that thing was, I heard, effective 900 yards. I mean, a good long way. So now I don't know how far an amateur could do it, but certainly 300 to 500 yards was within this person's capability. Now, whatever elevation Trump was at, he could have been down below a hill. He could have been behind, some foliage, tree line or something, or not even in his view is what they said at first. But then I heard one of the girls that was reporting say that she was told that the individual actually took shots at Trump. I'm seeing if anybody heard the same thing. Let me get my spectacles on. Let's see here. So I'm sure there'll be rounds. He dropped the gun. He didn't even pull it out of the fence. He just dropped it and ran like hell, like a cut hyena. I'm just looking at some. Hi, Google account. How you doing? Yvonne, nice to see you. So I don't know. I think we'll hear for certain whether or not he got off some rounds. I believe he did. And I think it was a response. And the Secret Service agent might not even seen him till he actually fired his weapon. I don't know. That wouldn't look good. So, but other than that little question, it looks like everybody was clicking along pretty well. So they say that they were at a high. I got some people hitting my likes on some of the stuff I'm posting on Truth. I got a guy named Booger likes my post about Tim. I got people retruthing and stuff like crazy. But anyway, lighten up my notifications anyway. So Lester Holt should lose his job. Well, what did he say? I missed Lester Holt, but I heard from NBC, Melinda, I heard NBC hinting that it was Trump's fault. MSNBC talking, well, if Trump just would tone down the rhetoric. They're supposed to treat us like garbage, do things to provoke. And if you call them out for what they are, well, if somebody tries to unalive you, it's your fault. Oh, really? So we got to take the gloves off. I mean, that's what I was thinking at the beginning of the broadcast. When is this all said and done? There has to be some standards that when things are known to be misconstrued and repeated, okay, known to be edited comments to distort the meaning of the comment and are continue to be put out, just like the bleach, just like the fine people in Charlottesville. Those people should be charged, okay, for knowingly inciting. They should be sued for slander. These attorneys that are running around putting up YouTube videos and going on CNN, hey, if you're that stupid to think that what is happening to Trump is just and good for the country, your ass needs to be doing something else. Working the fry basket at McDonald's, not being an officer of the court. Yeah, Time Magazine, a Google account, put that cover of Trump in a sand trap on a golf cart. I got a screenshot of that. I shared that. I've been staring at the phone for, I don't know, 9 hours, or yeah, almost 9 hours. It happened at 1:30. Oh, I bet Mark Levin was going off. I've talked to him a number of times. He used to be a working in the Department of Justice under the Reagan administration. I had another good friend of mine that worked with him. I need to call that guy. He's a Dem though. Hi, Melvita. I don't know if he's still a Dem now. I don't know. He's up in his age. And it's hard to change when they're up in their age. But Alan Dershowitz changed. He said, I've had it with this crap. I'm not a Democrat anymore. Don't call me that. I'll take that as an insult. Yeah, Melinda, lawsuits are common. But, you know, the thing is that this has gotten to the point where, yeah, some of it is going to be legal, like civil lawsuits. But some of it's got to be addressed criminally. Like George Conway, his involvement in pushing through a law to extend the statute of limitations. I'm waiting for, now y'all keep this in the back of your mind. Congress shall pass no ex post facto law. Namely, after the fact. You can't change stuff. And with the supremacy clause, if it's in the U.S. Constitution, states can't pass them either. And that's going to come into play with this E. Jean Carroll crap. And people like George Conway that have been doing stuff like that, high rolling, and inciting vitriol, you know, they need to be arrested. They need to be arrested, and they need to face retribution for society. We don't need to be going through this crap. Can't have one weekend where we can talk about history, we can talk about important things and how it applies to today. That's what I want to do this weekend. You all are my witness. Mr. T's got to be dodging bullets every damn day, and they're laughing about it. You look at the comments they make in some of these live streams. They mock Corey Compatore. They mock Ashley Babbitt. They mock Trump. They mock us. Well, we've had it. That's why you got to make sure you get down there and vote. Well, another way they caught him was they used those license plate readers. You'll see them strapped to a telephone pole or in a light cluster at a stoplight, different places. And those things can damn near micro read your plate. You get stickers now with these little tiny numbers on the bottom of your stickers. And those things can read those numbers. And through the miracle or curse of AI, they can instantaneously find out everything about you. So it helped them apprehend this POS. And they probably had agents at his house before they got him to the police station at his house in North Carolina, before they got him even booked down in Florida. Knew everything about him. But they'll be using them to, like, if people are behind on their property taxes, they'll just impound a car when it drives by a license plate reader. Oh, he owes $250 in Podunk County, whatever state. So, and they got a impoundment order. We just take their vehicle. Because you can't own anything and be happy. No, that's not allowed. You can own nothing, then be happy, damn it. And don't forget the Haitians are going to be voting whether or not you pay $100 a year on your car tax or $1,000. Or some people pay 5 times that for a vehicle. Or if it's brand new, hell, I don't even know what. It's a shudder to think. But you'll have these new arrivals that will make sure your property taxes are high enough so the government can afford to give them housing, food, and everything they need as they go around and eat the ducks, eat the cats, eat the dogs. Whoever thinks that didn't happen is out of their damn mind. That's one reason why I was going to bring up some of the subjects the other day about Haiti. Frederick Douglass was the governor of Haiti. Okay, the whole island. He was in charge. He said no thanks. After a while, I don't know how, over a year, it was like Cortez dealing with the Aztecs, cutting people's hearts out. He said that, these people are damned, practicing voodoo and everything that they're doing. He gave up on them. But we get into that in another conversation. No, they wouldn't come here and eat somebody's cats. It's not like they do it in the sidewalk. Of course they do it at night when nobody's looking. They're not stupid. So I'm just looking through the chats. Yeah, they got a picture of his license plate, but they also had that reader, the plate reader, plus her photograph. So let's see what some of these psychos are doing. what he had a LinkedIn account. Laura Loomer found his LinkedIn, and I got some screenshots. Got some screenshots of his Facebook account, and Citizens Free Press had a video showing his Facebook account, and right when they were showing it, it got taken down. Blank screen, little blue thing saying, sorry, this content's not available anymore. They took it down right in front of everybody's eyes. So I had some back and forths with some people on YouTube. And I said, the social media needs to be reviewed. Anybody applying for a teacher's position or any position of public trust should have all their social media scraped. That's when they go through. They take deleted stuff. They get everything and reviewed. And comments. And one person I was talking to in particular was laughing about Trump. I said, comments like yours in particular should disqualify you for any position of public trust. I didn't hear squat back from them. I said, the internet is forever. When it's their own personal pocketbook, they give a damn. But if it's yours or mine or the entire country, they laugh and think it's the funniest damn thing. But that should be the case. There should be a thorough review of all social media. So let them go wild. Let them go wild putting that crap up. So here's some of these posts this idiot put up, Ryan Ralph. Joe Biden, this was 7/16/24. Joe Biden, you should visit the victims in the hospital of the Trump rally victims and attend the funeral of the firemen that died. Trump certainly never would. Show the world what a real leader is. And of course, Trump got to be very good friends with Corey Comptore's family. He got to be very good friends with the surviving victims. But in this person's mind, Trump is not a leader. He would never meet with them. I guarantee you, his social media would be infested with posts from Occupy Democrats. I would almost bet, I would definitely bet dollars to donuts that he follows Keith Olbermann, okay? Rosie O'Donnell, all these lunatics, lefty lunatics. What else did he put up? POTUS, your campaign should be called something like KDF. This was April 22nd, 24. Keep America democratic and free. Trump's should be MASA, M-A-S-A. Make Americans slaves again, master. Democracy is on the ballot. We cannot lose. We cannot afford to fail. The world is counting on us to show the way. So in his brainwashed, addled, shriveled, vegan, liberal mind, Trump is anti-democracy. Okay. Then he put out February 20th, 2022. I am willing to fly to Ukraine and die for its people, and everyone around the globe should do the same. Come on, people. Well, guess what? During his interview, he said he did go to Ukraine and fight. Okay, now maybe they said, things aren't working out. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if he was at J and then 6, okay? Think about it. I called them back and forth mercenaries. That's true, Mike. Some people grow up and change for good, and we are not without sin. That's true. That's true. But keep in mind that God will mock evil ones when they're plans and uh, uh, conniving come to disaster, God will mock them. God was not a helicopter parent with Adam and Eve. He knew everything that was going on. He didn't say, stop, stop. Don't listen to the serpent. Free will. Free will. So, Laura Loomer said, Newsweek interviewed anti-Trump assassin Ryan Ralph 2 years ago about fighting in Ukraine. I've uncovered an interview from 2 years ago on June 14th, which Newsweek revealed attempted Trump assassin Ryan Ralph interviewed. The media has incited violence against President Trump. So Ryan Ralph put out a message to the whole world. Please send every weapon on the planet to the Ukrainian people. We need a gun in every civilian's hands and put military personnel on paid leave and give them or anyone else a ride to the border to fight. I will go and fight and DIA to KILL Putin and Russia. He should have been on the radar screen for that crap 2 years ago. Hi, Dixie. Ha ha. Hi, Roland. Nice to see you. Linda. Boy, they got a lot of stuff before the account got taken down. Let's see. I feel lucky to have been born in America with freedom and opportunity to hope that I do not waste such a valuable thing to do more and take less. Okay, that's a noble four-year-old notion. Okay, always couch your doings in good works. Wrap the flag around yourself. Hi, Kathy. Nice to see you. You're listening. Cool. So he says, I have thousands of Afghan soldiers that wish to serve for the Haiti National Police at cheap wages, 1,000 with passports ready to fly. And he put his telephone number, which I won't read, but I can see it. I want to give Taiwan thousands of NATO-trained Afghan soldiers, and I would like to start a Taiwan Foreign Legion to bring in global volunteers to protect the shores of Taiwan. Please help me make this happen. Again, his phone number. Which he won't be using for ever. So take a break from that real quick. I got some more I want to read, but one of the investigators was being interviewed, was talking about in this situation and the gravity of his offense and the amount of evidence that to just say, hey, he did it. They're not going to worry about his Miranda rights. People are going to go, oh, that's not constitutional. Well, whatever. They're going to, he keeps saying, I'm not saying nothing, I'm not a lawyer. Well, they're going to keep on interrogating him and keep on pestering him to see that he talks. But he may be so arrogant and so full of himself that you got to slap him to shut him up. He might be one of those, instead of slap him around to make him talk, you got to slap him to shut him up. So, yeah, he's in a different realm now. He's dealing with national security, different ball game than Miranda. He was a loner, Maryland? Well, they'll find out. I don't know how many followers he had, But his LinkedIn is awful wordy when I get to it. But he's wanting to get into Afghan situation, the Haiti situation, Ukraine situation, and now he took it upon himself to take a pot or multiple pot shots at Donald Trump, or at least try to. Definitely shows advanced planning. And lying in wait is something that takes an offense to a capital level, namely the ultimate penalty. And these are federal charges. And don't forget, just before Bill Barr left office, he increased the methods of X3 accusations, how you do it, how you can do it, and also lifted the moratorium on federal X3 and then accusations. But they reinstated the moratorium, but they didn't get rid of the methods, and the moratorium can be introduced with Trump's signature. So I would have him spill everything. Or, we'll find out sooner or later. We don't need you. Goodbye. We'll flip a coin whether it's going to be the gas, okay, or chamber, or a long drop with a short rope, or what. Hey, we got all kinds of choices here, but you won't make them. We'll make a choice. So anyway, let me see what else we got here. Laura Loomer, she recapped some of the stuff that we just talked about in his posts, but she also added that he was motivated to KI and then double L Trump this week after Democrats called him a, quote, threat to democracy and, quote, a racist for talking about the Haitian invaders at the presidential debate, question mark. The media has spent all week inciting violence against President Trump. And it's true. They were making false claims that they were BOM and then B, right? Menacing against the Haitians and all. None of that was true. That he was, and I saw a lot of that in comments. Well, he should have been getting all the crazy MAGA people to go attack the Haitians. We've had all these school pew-pews caused by trainee liberals, okay? We've had multiple attempts on Trump, all by crazy liberals. Steve Scalise is a good example, an old, effeminate, crazy liberal. When have we seen anything done by Trump supporters? And the only ones that lost their lives were Boylan and Babbitt at J and then 6. Yeah, Roland's been more than these 2 attempts. It's been a lot more. So, Clandestine put out his notions on this attempt. I always find his takes interesting. I don't agree with everything he says. When people go knee-jerk saying, Bobby Kennedy would be great. And I know Bobby Kennedy was calling out for flat-out Bernie Sanders or worse socialism. But I know he is concerned about our food and about the vaccines for the kids. I know that. So, yeah, I support Bobby Kennedy, but not ever set economic policy. So, Clandestine. said, I don't know. I don't want to speculate until we get all the details. But we do know that if the shoe were on the other foot and it were the Democrat candidate was fending off assassination attempts, the MSM would be blaming every single Trump supporter for our dangerous rhetoric. Did the left tone down their rhetoric after the first attempt? For about 48 hours. Then they resumed without missing a beat. And the 48 hours was spent trying to minimize the attempt, saying it was shrapnel or he fell off the stage. But anyway, regardless of who's actually responsible for whatever happened today, the Dems now this is before the formal arrest and announcement. The Dems and their subservient MSMBM are somewhat to blame for their continued divisive rhetoric and outright lies. If it were Kamala and not Trump, the Dems would be banning us from social media, true, demanding to repeal the Second Amendment, true, and calling the GOP a terrorist organization, true, and there would be riots in the Democrat cities, true. We don't even get an apology or an acknowledgement of wrongdoing. That's because they don't care. They want Trump, DE, and then AD. And that's the truth, too. Remember Roseanne, and Dana? That's the truth. So, yeah, good on you, Clandestine, for putting that out. Oh, my God. Here's this creep's LinkedIn account. Owner at Camp Box, Honolulu. Kawa, Hawaii, United States. Camp Box, Honolulu, and North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State something. Oh, so I guess he worked for the state in North Carolina and had a business in Honolulu? Huh. Let me see. Let's see. Constantly focused on contributing as much as possible to the community, always trying to put in far more than I take. Here we go again. Work has never been about money, rather building frameworks for people to thrive and succeed. Oh, a white savior. Being mechanically minded, I enjoy ideas and inventions and creative projects with artistic flair. I enjoy building and collaborative products that allow an unlimited range of ideas and options. So see what our minds can create and push the limits of our thoughts. Let me make sure I don't drop off the broadcast. Okay, I'm still on. My chats are for, okay, there they go. Let me see what else bullshit stuff he's got to say. Let's see. I love the unlimited opportunity right in front of us. Having passed along any meager remnants of myself in North Carolina and relocated to Oahu, I currently build very simple housing structures for the less fortunate and pursue a wide range of other creative projects towards the collaborative opportunities which yield the most public impact for the improvement of our society. Wonder if he had anything to do with the Maui fires. Yeah, he went to Oahu from North Carolina to be a sacrificing do-gooder and get paid for it. Boy, if that don't sound like an operative. I would tremendously enjoy the invitation to join any monumental worthy cause to bring about real change in our world. I am certainly free to relocate to any remote location on the planet that might render the most positive impact, or right around the corner, creating something unique and magical. if you are working on any sort of interesting project, I would appreciate an invitation to join your team with an economical, energetic, unrelenting partner to help push your hopes, ideas, and dreams forward as fast and as far as they can go. I look forward to your ideas and input and curious what amazing things we might create and build together. This is where I put the clip in where the guy from the movie says, sounds like a bunch of communist gobbledygook to me. Yeah, he's a savior. He's a big, great white savior. He may be a eyeball deep with that four-letter agency. I don't know. What else has he got in here on stinked in? Stinked in is what I call it. Stinked in. Let's see, what else did they put up? Yeah, Trump's had more assassination attempts than Kamala got votes. Kamala 0 votes, Trump assassination attempts. They claim too. We know it's like Roland said, 100. Especially if you put in his family. So he's a do-gooder, tree-hugging freak. Elon Musk put out, and no one is even trying to assassinate Biden and Kamala, in a curious face on there. Because Doge Designer posted, why do they want to unalive Trump? ? And remember, Elon put that meme up of him with it as being a Doge inspector. I don't know. Somebody's got a billionaire. And Trump put up, they said it was True Social 0 for 2. 0 for 2. And I checked his True Social and didn't see any posts. Would somebody freeze my posts out from DJT? I hope not. Maybe they did, because stuff makes me hot-headed. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this picture. I'm looking at it right now where he strapped the bottom of those 2 backpacks. One looks like a flat book bag, and the other one is more like a rounded backpack that has the tiles in there, and you can clearly see a blue string rope, kind of maybe a 1/4 inch, which is bigger than string, and more like a smaller diameter rope that's holding the bottom flush against the fence, which is at a slight angle. The fence is at a slight bow. So yeah, that shows some planning. So he had these bizarre media posts. And somebody put up, when I was having it out with all these stinking flipping liberals, that quote, a quote from Malcolm X, that I played that little video where Malcolm X said, the white American who identifies as a liberal is the most, quote, dangerous and deceitful thing in the Western Hemisphere. You got that right. Oh, the hashtag symbol. Yeah. Angela. Yeah. That's what I thought when I saw the 0 to 2. The hashtag symbol, they say, is when a computer says checkmate, shows a hashtag, that means checkmate. And they usually follow it up with the number of moves it would take to get to checkmate. I had a old Radio Shack computer chessboard. The pieces were magnetic, and you press it on the board, and the board would light up where the piece was. No way you could cheat. And then it would light up to tell me where to move its piece, and I would move its piece. Anyway, if you were in danger of checkmate, it would tell you how many moves you had left. And very seldom could you think, actually never, get out of it. But your maximum number of moves before you were going to be defeated. That was at the high. You could play up to 12 levels. And at level 12, at least I wasn't going to get out of it. I might still have that somewhere. Have to dig that out and look for it. Find something else to do beside it. Anyway, MSNBC slammed for claiming Trump assassination attempt was, quote, Trump's fault. And so all around the world, I was watching some of the Eastern news services. I got some of their posts up. It's coming around that, the media is as crooked and backwards about this stuff as possible. It's obvious. Except the real TDS infected brains. It might be Hewlett Packard. I don't know. I have to look at the bottom of it. I think I got it from Radio Shack. Tells you how old it was. There isn't even a Radio Shack around anymore. But I guarantee that chess game is over 20 years old, probably 25 years old. So anyway, Sky News host James Morrow was saying the left in the United States likes to act as if they have clean hands regarding political violence. There's been a second attempt on Donald Trump's life. 58-year-old Roland Wesley Routh has been named. Quote, anybody who lived through the 2020 riots around BLM and Antifa knows that violence is very much a feature of left-wing politics, Mr. Morrow said. Some outlets such as MSNBC in the U.S. have tried to somehow say this is Trump's fault for his own rhetoric. This is just appalling here. So did you see my thumbnail? It says lying in wait. There's a picture of that, I keep saying, emaciated, creepy old liberal, got stars floating around his head. And I was going to put a picture of Tim Walsh in his red high heels and that Juanita Broderick put up. But I didn't want to push it too far. Breaking, the FBI says it is investigating what it called, quote, an attempted assassination of former President Trump after Secret Service agents fired at a man with a weapon on or near Trump's Florida golf course on Sunday. So their reports were, I saw so many people saying, there's always guns going off in Florida. What are you all going to say? Somebody's cat got eaten? I mean, a bunch of liberal ne'er-do-wells that just put up this kind of crap over and over again. Natalie Winters was the first one to put out that notice. Shots were fired at Trump's international golf course. Trump was golfing there. An AK-47 was discovered in the bushes, and the suspect fled over a nearby wall, per a source in Florida law enforcement. Well, what it was a hedge. Well, he had to go through the hedge and over the wall because there is a wall around there. That's right, ghosts in the machine. Well, you can guarantee they sucked every bit of his social media out like a wet vac. With facial recognition, they'll be able, like stores like Walmart and similar security, you always see people getting caught because the night of the murder, Mr. So-and-so went in and bought a shovel, duct tape, trash bags, and bleach. And here's a video of him buying it at the Walmart. It's without fact, you see videos like that all the time. So with facial recognition and those similar security systems, I'm sure they're all over the place. They can track his movements. Of course, that's not to the level of local law enforcement. Once you get something like this, they will do the reverse, where they go in your phone because they capture. When my phone, I don't have the video on, believe me, there's video of me, whether I want to have it or not. My phone says, do you want to use a fingerprint security? And I say no, and I use a different way to get in the phone. But really, it's useless because they get my fingerprint every time I touch the phone. You know, so they'll employ that technology on all his devices. They'll any track phone purchases, they'll get into all that stuff. Plus, he's alive. Plus, he's righteous, self-righteous. So he put out way back in 2020, okay, before the election, June of 2020, he put out at real Donald Trump, while you were my choice in 2016, I and the world hoped that President Trump would be different and better than the candidate, but we were all greatly disappointed. And it seems you are getting worse and devolving. You are, can I say this word on utizzle, re and then tarted. I will be glad when you are gone. That's nice. Hi, Cliff. How you doing? Yes, that's the ammo we use. At 300 to 500 yards, it's accurate enough. And that's probably why he picked a heavier ordnance. Because remember, Scalise got it. He got shot in the hip, right? And that almost they almost couldn't save him. Almost couldn't save him. Wow, that post is getting reposted and reposted. That's good. All right, Marilyn, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Check out the rest of the broadcast. I won't be going too long. But let's see. Here's a couple more posts from Ryan Routh. He was telling someone, I'm willing to come to Ukraine to fight. Respond to me and I will come. He was talking about an interview with a a mercenary in Ukraine. He was saying he was willing to go. And then here, stop war. Leaders must arm every civilian in Ukraine to fight and put every military and private military on paid leave. We cannot sit around and do nothing. I'm willing to fight and die to beat Putin. World, please send every weapon on the planet, blah, blah, blah. Every country around the globe should be sending every weapon to Ukraine. Just on and on. Yeah, they scrubbed his Facebook page. I saw parts of that interview with Newsweek. It was posted on Citizen Free Press on Truth Social. And also, Laura Loomer's got the extended interview, which, give me a damn headache. I watched 4 or 5 minutes of it, and I know what I'm dealing with. I don't need to hear any more. Just like when I was with a friend of mine who was interviewing Charles Manson. I told you all about that story. I'm listening to Charles Manson on speakerphone, and I have no desire to hear that crap. But this individual was, had an illegal phone in prison, and I guess it was something to document history, and he was a reporter, so I could see where he wanted to do it. But my having to listen to that was not necessary, but I did. Evil vibes. Hi, Debbie. Send chills up your back thinking about it. And meanwhile, while this crap is going on, Israel launches a massive strike on southern Lebanon. Netanyahu says Israel will launch, quote, broad and powerful operation against Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. We need to prepare for a long campaign in the north, which will require great expenditures. While this stuff is going on, Trump's warning about this guy. To be a radical liberal, he's a warmonger. Trump's the only one saying, I want the deaths to stop. I want to stop the conflict and save lives. What's this guy do? Goes down and tries to take pot shots at him. What are they doing over in Europe? 5 former UK defense ministers and Boris Johnson have called on the current prime minister to allow Ukraine to fire Storm Shadow at Russia, according to the Times. Now, remember, I knew about Storm Shadow a year ago, and I voluntarily did not put that term up there, but I was told a year ago to watch for the term, that was going to be a issue. But then I didn't put it up because it wasn't time. According to the publication, Grant Shapps, Ben Wallace, Gavin Williamson, Penny Mordaunt, Liam Fox, and former Prime Minister Johnson called on Keir Starmer to allow Ukraine to use British Storm Shadow missiles to strike Russian territory, even without U.S. support. So things are bubbling and going to get very, very bad. And I remember Trump saying, America hasn't suffered enough. And it's a shame. I heard 4 years ago, I don't know, take it for what it's worth. I heard from somebody that top military people 4 years ago were shocked at how long it was taken to wake up a specific portion of this population. That the reason we're in this long slog is because the resistance to the truth, the rejection of the truth, The playing along with a lot of this insanity ran way deeper than they thought. And that is why we're going through what we're going through. I heard that 4 years ago, and I've been preaching it for years. I knew we were not going to do when everybody's talking about 12-3 Department of Defense, 1 year gone by, going to get by. I knew all that was no way, absolutely no way. That's what got me started in doing my broadcast 3 years ago, or 2 years and 9 months, or whatever it was. That everybody was off base. We were going to have to do a long march all the way to another election. But it was unexpected. But it's working, but slower. Here's an example. I don't know if this person on Twitter is related. I'd be careful when I say this last name. Rachel is the first name, and the last name is Vind, okay? And the other half is Man, okay? Y'all remember that name? The brother, I don't know if it's the sister of Alexander, right? I can't say that name all in one string. My video will get taken down. He's the one that tried to alter the transcript about Trump's telephone conversation with Zelensky. He's the one that sat in Congress and testified and demanded that people call him Colonel Vind and then Man. Which you don't tell that to civilians. Nobody's going to call you by your rank. A congressman doesn't have to. But anyway, so this person, Alexandria, is her name? Wait a minute. Rachel. Donald Trump Jr. put this up, reposted something she posted. She said, "No ears were harmed. Carry on with your Sunday afternoon." Donald Trump Jr. reposted and said, "These people are effing demented." And she posted after that, she really doesn't care what happens to Trump. And I believe she's related to Tweedledum and Tweedledummer. Alexander, and I forget what his fat twin brother is. So anyway, it's aggravating. Meanwhile, what came out was the ABC News whistleblower affidavit alleging that Kamala Harris was given the questions to debate and given an unfair advantage. Well, it's election interference, meddling in the election. That simple. That's simple. They should lose their broadcasting license because I know they broadcasted over the regular airways, not cable. Propaganda and disinformation. They should have their licenses to broadcast yanked. But it's not going to happen under the Biden Justice Department. Trump put out a statement about gunshots in his vicinity, but before rumors start spiraling out of control, I want you to hear it first. I am safe and well. Nothing will slow me down. I will never surrender. I will always love you for supporting me. Unity, peace, make America great again. So it's hard to continue to call for unity, but we got to have unity. We got to have bind the nation wounds. I was going to get into that with my discussion I was working on my last broadcast. I was discussing history. I was discussing the Civil War. I was discussing current events, and I can get into that in a future broadcast. A part 2. Hi, Ann. Yeah, it is exhausting. And I just tell them I spell it in capital R, zero, capital T, rot, and then I put HE, capital I, and it looks just like hell. But it doesn't do anything in the algorithm. I just tell them to rot in hell. Ha ha ha. I'm sick of it. After I try to talk to them and they prove to me that they're simpletons, I just tell them to rot in hell. General Flynn said, "What the hell is going on with at real Donald Trump's security? This is outrageous for the Secret Service to continue to perform with such incompetence and disregard for the safety of America's next POTUS." And he's got a point. I mean, it seems to me that a compound as important as Mar-a-Lago. The exterior perimeter has a long sight view. It wouldn't take that much to have people posted around there. And I'm not sure the entire perimeter, but the land perimeter with road access, because this guy was able to get through the bushes. He popped out of the bushes, is the way somebody put it. I think it was the woman that got a picture of his vehicle. He was able to park very close to the property, get all his backpacks, gear, his pew-pew, his GoPro, sneak inside the bushes and lay there. And then set up his little doodaddiuses and then pop out of there when it was time to run like hell. Now, some people suspect it may have been a drone that spotted him, but if he was covered by foliage, that it would have been tough. I'm inclined to think, but I'm not saying I'm 100% sure, but from reports I heard with my own ears, is that this person took the initial shot, and that might have been what gave him away. I don't know. Could have been what Hannity was saying. Well, I put in there Trump tackled. That's what Hannity was saying from the reporting when he discussed with his friends that were there. That when they heard the bangs, Secret Service ran up and tackled Trump to the ground. Think about it. He's a 78-year-old man. I know he's energetic. I know he's youthful. I know he takes good care of himself. But still, so yeah, Trump, in my book, he was hurt psychologically and physically. Plus, he didn't get a chance to take his birdie shot, which would have put him in the lead. But I'm just saying, a true golfer, that's enough to really pee you off. But anyway, what they were saying was they were golfing and everything's fine, no heads up, no yells, no nothing, and they heard pow pow, and then pow pow, and that's when everything hit the fan. They say they had a special high-speed golf cart there that they got him in and out of here, got him out of the way. Hi, Doug. How you doing? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, hit the like button. Thank you, Doug. Roland, D.C. is going to be taken over by the federal government. Trump said there's going to be a federal takeover of D.C. Its administration has been hideous. Oh, yeah, they caught. Wait a second. I got some good news with all this crap going on. Where is it? Oh, my. They caught some chick that was spray painting monuments Here she is. Ha ha ha. They caught her. They got her on video, and she's been arrested. Okay. This is from on Twitter from Stop Anti-Semitism. Remember the anti-Israeli radicals defacing DC earlier this summer? Meet one of them, Isabella Giordano of Townsend, Maryland. Oh, Maryland. She's in the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia. That's what Fannie Willis called it. Isabella was arrested yesterday and charged by the DOJ with willfully injuring or depredating any property of the United States. Isabella Giordano could be facing up to 10 years imprisonment. And they have photographs of her spray painting the base and then looking at the camera, showing the spray coming right out of the can and hitting that white limestone with her finger pressing it. And she looks square at the camera. Well, she's sitting in jail right now. And real quick, in Sweden, migrants who have received citizenship will be offered $34,000 if they voluntarily leave for the country from which they came. The measure will come into effect in 2026. The current amount is $960. To receive the money, the migrant must give up his Swedish passport. Today, Sweden is home to almost 2.2 million immigrants, representing more than 20% of the population. They are screwed. They're screwed. They're not going to get those people out of there. See, in America, where'd everybody go? Ah, there we are. In America, you get to stay and get $34,000. But if they're going to sit there and wait till 2026 and they're already 20% of the population, they're screwed. They'll just vote your money in their pocket. Just remember what I said about the Haitians or anybody else participating in local elections. Like I said, they're going to take over. Politics is all at the local level. Property taxes, personal property taxes, how much you pay for your cars, your business equipment, and real estate taxes, your home. And finally, GOP Governor Mike DeWine, I call him DeRhino, defends Haitian immigrants. They came to Springfield to work. So this is ABC News, okay? All right, always be commie. Defending Mike DeWine, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine offered one of the most vociferous defenses of Haitian immigrants in Springfield yet from a Republican, as their presence in the city becomes a chief point of criticism from former President Donald Trump. Oh, no, it's criticism from a hell of a lot more people than Trump. Speaking to This Week, co-anchor Martha Raddatz, DeWine repeatedly noted that the immigrants are in Ohio legally and praised their work ethic, stridently swatting away claims they are eating neighbors' pets. Unsubstantiated conspiracy theories promoted by Trump and his allies. There's still more to it, but see right there, that outlet should be shut down. Not to violate the freedom of speech, but to stop their telling bold-faced lies. Quote, I think it's unfortunate that this came up. Let me tell you what we do know, though. what we know is that the Haitians who are in Springfield are legal. They came to Springfield to work. Ohio is on the move, and Springfield has really made a great resurgence with a lot of companies coming in. These Haitians came in to work for these companies. So here we go again. They lied about the unemployment figures. They hid the lie of 815,000 jobs being created, a total bald-faced lie. Now they're claiming that the Haitians are taking jobs. So, and acting like this business of the wildlife being eaten and the cats being eaten is not true and is just a bunch of crazy conspiracy theorists, bold-faced lies. So Mike DeWine needs to be taken out of the governorship. And hey, we've had military governors for states before, after the Civil War. Hi, Hebrew Hammer. How are you doing? Yeah, they're cannibals in Haiti. Cannibals. Canning the bulbuls. Hi, Rick. That's why a lot of them came over here. Because the whole country collapsed. A failed state. Going right back to what I was talking about, voodoo and cannibalism, okay? So no, they wouldn't think about touching a cat. You idiots. Wait till they start walking around down the street with machetes. So it's like I told you before. I talked about in Germany, they could deport your backside for talking about the war in a insensitive way, or saying anything pro neo-Nazi, okay? And same is true for people that are in this country. DeWine saying he came in legally because Biden paroled them. Okay, Biden took an oath to uphold the laws to the best of his ability. Paroling people to get around the law and to have more votes is not to the best of his ability. So it's not legal, it's illegal. And what is the other thing somebody dug up? There is an old law somebody came up with. I have to find it. I might have saved it for the other broadcasts. Oh, my chats. Wait a minute. Okay, there we are. Hi. Let's see. Anybody new come in? Okay. All right. I just want to make sure I don't fall off. So anyway, oh my gosh, I found a picture. I'm sure you all have seen it, of an actual barbecue and what's laying on the barbecue. I don't want to get too graphic or gross, but I'll tell you what's laying on the barbecue. And it starts with a C. One of the first words you learn to spell when you're a kid. C-A-T. Yeah. A bunch of them on a barbecue. But anyway, there's existing laws about this rampant abuse of the parole system, the immigration system. And yeah, we got to represent. We got to make it too big to rig. Hi, Richard, how you doing? It's pertaining to, I can't find it in my studio. It's pertaining to illegal immigration. It was passed, not that old either. It was passed in 1997. I don't want to quote it if I don't have it in front of me. So if I stay out of my studio too long looking for it, I can drop off my broadcast. But I will keep bopping back and forth. Maybe I can find it. But some more good news about the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. The appellate court said that they could count these ballots with screwed up dates on them. And the Supreme Court said, no, you can't. So their plans have gone awry there. But on the bad side, Union for Postal Workers, who will handle ballots, endorses Kamala Harris. We got a real problem there. I can't stand the post office. A lot of them are arrogant and abusive with perceived authority. I don't even like them coming around the property. Breaking, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court just overruled a lower Commonwealth court and found that counting undated and misdated mail-in, you-know-whats, is unconstitutional and can't be used during the 2-0 and then 2-4 election. Let me see if I can find that. It's something the House has passed and never been repealed. Are you all still with me? Okay, I still. Oh, they'll eat dogs. They'll eat anything. Of course, they're going to tone it down now. Let me see if I can find that. I might have to save it for the next one. We shall see. So it's not that old. It's about 30 years old. Trump pulled that one up about the defacing statues, and that's about 100 years old. Where in the world? Well, I don't know. I'm getting into the assassination stuff. So I think I saw that yesterday, and I have taken probably 150 pics. Anyway, I'll get to it. Yeah, it was related to immigration. Richard, I just don't want to talk out of school about it. But it's definitely what Trump is saying he's going to do. He's definitely going to have the authority to do it. It's never been repealed. Let me see. Oh, yeah, some of them were saying because Trump said, I hate Taylor Swift, is why all this stuff is happening. Yeah, right. Oh, my goodness. Oh, well, anyway. It's something that we knew should have been a law anyway. You know, it's not a surprise. They're just ignoring laws. That's what's got us in this situation. That's what started birthright citizenship. Ignoring what the law says, which is you're a citizen if you're born here, if the United States has a jurisdictional interest in your parents. We have no jurisdictional interest for people illegal in this country. Trump said that years ago, 6 years ago. He said birthright citizenship was not lawful. Only if your parents are legal residents, a jurisdictional interest. During the Johnson administration in the 1960s is when they started taking advantage. After they got rid of Kennedy, Eisenhower would not allow birthright citizenship for an illegal alien being here when they're not supposed to be here. They got rid of Kennedy. Johnson turned their head and let it happen. Citizenship by bureaucratic fiat. All right, folks. Well, I appreciate you all spending your precious time with me. I really do. And let's plan on getting together again tomorrow night. If everything stars align. If you're subscribed, you'll know when I go live if you hit the notification bell. And if you're not subscribed, come on, why don't you do it? And we will talk some more tomorrow. Maybe there'll be some more developments. Maybe there'll be some more arrests. They say this guy's a loner. I don't know. I don't know. He knew how to set up his little sniper's den. He knew where to lay. He knew what holes. Trump was on the 5th hole. You know, that's a lot of information. You can't lay in those bushes with your truck parked right out there for very damn long. Somebody's going to go, hey, what's going on? Dates and times, he had to know something. Layout of the golf course, he had to know something. Strapping up those, I'll call them barricades, or the ceramic backpacks. So they'll find out what RTM address he had for his video to stream to, who subscribed to him, all that kind of stuff. Bank accounts, overseas accounts. Well, we'll see what's going on. But anyway, folks, you all have a great night. I'll be seeing you soon. This is Mountain Man, over and out.